Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari,
Jaya Radha Madhava,
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari,
Jaya Radha Madhava, Punjabi Hari.
Gopijana Vallabha Girivaro Hari,
Vedana Vallabha Girivardhari,
Gopijana Vallabha Girivaro Hari,
Vedana Vallabha Girivardhari,
Yashoda Nandana Brajajana Randana,
Yashoda Nandana Rajajana
Yashoda Nandana Brajajana Randana.
Yashoda Nandana Rajajana.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Yeah.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
I'm not sure.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajakacarya Sutaraswata Shishimad His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jayo Mishtapad Paramahamsa Parivrajacharya Asutara Satashi Shrimad His Divine Grace Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada Ki Jai Ananta Kori Vaishnava Ki Jai Namacharya Haridas Thakur Ki Jai Prem Sako Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Ganadhara Shivasari Gaura Bhaktavan Ki Jai Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopakopinath Shama Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Gaurana Ki Jai Shri Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai Mathura Dham Ki Jai Navadi Dham Ki Jai Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Jai Ganga Mai Ki Jai Amana Mai Ki Jai Tulsi Devi Ki Jai Bhakti Devi Ki Jai Hari Ram Sankirtan Yagya Ki Jai Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai Samaveta Bhaktavan Ki Jai Nidai Gaura Premanandi. All glory is to the Asambhavaris. All glory is to the Asambhavaris. All glory is to the Asambhavaris. All glory is to Shri Guru Gauranga. All glory is to Srila Prabhupada. Namo Mishta Parai Krishna Vastai Bhutri Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Samani Naman Namaste Saraswati Devi Guruvani Vrachari Nani Vishishu Shunamari Bhashchari. No, it's okay. Thank you. Hare Krishna, everybody. Please write Hare Krishna into the comment section right now. Don't hesitate. Don't be late. Don't delay. Hare Krishna. Typing, fingers, very nice. Keyboard, cell phone, whatever you have. Hare Krishna. So I don't know how this works. Do we have a phone?
For the TikTok?
For anything, yeah.
Facebook you can see on that app.
Uh-huh. Abhaya Mataji, Hare Krishna, New Prabhu, Misha Williams, Shamdai, Narasingh Rao, Doris Bronwyn, Rudra Prakash, Tyler, Tiny Human doesn't wish to sleep. Hare Krishna to Tiny Human also. Ankita, Hare Krishna, Ankita. Anybody else? Nidhi, Hare Krishna. Anna, Gabriela, still there? Misha Williams, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Ivan, Hare Krishna, Ivan. We have 17 viewers. Unbelievable, yeah. TikTok is here. Neil Whitaker, Hare Krishna, Namaste. Hare Krishna. Louis Alien, Hare Krishna, Louis. Order Flow, Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Looks like Jim Morrison. Katie. Who else? Morgan Prabhu. It's a little bit difficult to navigate here. Order Flow. Joy. Sorry, Louis Allen. I said Louis Alien. I'm sorry. We're all aliens here in this material world. Louis, please forgive me. I misread your name. Okay. Okay, Tiny Human waved and said hi. Hi, Hare Krishna. Upinder Damja, Hare Krishna. Mohit. Dennis, Danny. Van Dyke Pete, Hare Krishna. All these stalwarts. Thank you for joining. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Where did you finish?
It was the new chapter, the spiritual world, the first act.
Okay, so reading from the third canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam, 15th chapter, text 2. Loke tenahata loke. Lokapala hatau jasaha. Niya vedayan vishvasarje. Dvanta vyatikaram disham. Please chant. You have the mic? The miking.
3:15:2, yeah?
Yeah. Give her a Michael Jackson.
Loke tenahata loke.
Loke tenahata loke.
Lokapala hata ujasaha.
Lokapala hatau jasaha.
Nyavedyayam vishvasriji.
Niyabedayan vishvasarje.
Dvanta vyatikaram disham.
Dvanta vyatikaram disham.
Loke tena hata loke.
Loke tenahata loke.
Loka pala hata ujasaha.
Lokapala hatau jasaha.
Nyavedayan vishvasrije.
Niyavedayan vishvasarje.
Dvantva vyatikaram disham.
Dvantva vyatikaram disham. Loke, within this universe. Tena, by the force of the pregnancy of deity. Ahata, being devoid of. Aloke, light. Lokapalaha, the demigods of various planets. Hata Ojasa, whose prowess was diminished. Niyavedayan, asked. Vishvasaje, Brahma. Dvanta Vyatikaram, expansion of darkness. Disham, in all directions. Translation. By the force of the pregnancy of deity, the light of the sun and moon was impaired in all the planets, and the demigods of various planets, being disturbed by that force, asked the creator of the universe, Brahma, what is this expansion of darkness in all directions? Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. It appears from this verse of Srimad Bhagavatam that the sun is the source of light for all the planets in the universe. The modern scientific theory, which states that there are many suns in each universe, is not supported by this verse. It is understood that in each universe there is only one sun which supplies light to all the planets. In Bhagavad Gita, the moon is also stated to be one of the stars. There are many stars, and when we see them glittering at night, we can understand that they are reflectors of light, just as moonlight is a reflection of sunlight. Other planets also reflect sunlight, and there are many other planets which cannot be seen by our naked eyes. The demoniac influence of the suns in the womb of deity expanded darkness throughout the universe. Nomagyantirinandasya jnana janashalakyam chakshunanmaritam yena tasmai shri gurave namaha. I was born in the darkness of ignorance, and my spiritual master, His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, has opened my darkened eyes with the torchlight of transcendental knowledge. I offer my humble obeisances unto His lotus feet. Jai Srila Prabhupada. So, we were reading how deity indulgent sex intercourse although it was not the suitable time, she broke the rules and regulations of the Shastra. And because it was not a good timing for conceiving a child, these demons took advantage of the situation, and now the darkness has devoured the universe. So this is the influence of demons. The spiritual master opens our eyes with the torchlight of knowledge, with the light. In Vedic study also, one is encouraged to come to the light. That is why we say enlightenment, because knowledge brings clarity. Just like if you try to search for something and the room is dark, but then you switch on the lights, everything is very easy to find. Similarly, when we get enlightened by transcendental knowledge, all the darkness of ignorance becomes diminished. But the demons, they do the opposite. Although we are already in Maya, this material world is a covering on the spiritual nature of the Lord, the demonic people, they expand this darkness. This has been confirmed by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, who says that the modern education is simply expansion of the influence of Maya Devi, of illusion. I think that I am this body, I am forgetful of my real spiritual nature, and the modern science and technology and culture is expanding that misconception through various means. Nationalism, for example, reinforces this idea that because my body was born in a particular land, in a particular country, then I have some form of very strong connection with that country. For a person who is trying to reach liberation from this material existence, this is just another unnecessary bondage. The bondage of nationalism, the bondage of race, the bondage of gender. Nowadays people, they're very much expanding the Maya Devi in the realm of gender. There's so many genders people make up. So this is a waste of time, expansion of darkness. And because this scientific advancement or cultural advancement is not guided by the bona fide transcendental authority, it simply worsens our situation, becomes worse and worse, and increases the suffering. Because so long I think I'm this body, and so long I indulge in sense gratificatory pursuits, I have to transmigrate into another body. It might not be a human body. Now you might be very satisfied, oh, I have a human body, I have freedom. Certain freedom we have, because a human has developed intelligence. So the more developed intelligence you have, the more freedom you have, relative freedom. But in the future, it might not be a human body, we might degrade to the lower species. We're in a very precarious position. Sometimes people think, oh, I like this reincarnation idea because there's no hell and heaven. So I like this reincarnation, very nice. But it is not very nice. Suppose you have to take birth as a dog or some fish or antelope that is eaten by a lion, or a pig or a cow that is slaughtered in our very nice scientific slaughterhouses. It is a great disturbance, great misery, great suffering. So we should not misuse the human form in these materialistic pursuits, and we should not fall under this influence of the materialistic science. We should be intelligent. Actually, although they say this is science, it is simply dogma. Dogma that is being pushed through schools, through media, through government, through politicians. They're simply expanding this illusion, just like this theory of evolution. I have done some research. Actually, 98 or 96% of the scientists, they accept this evolution theory. Can you believe it? It is so ridiculous. There is no evidence that a monkey can give birth to a human. They have no evidence. They say, oh, it took place, it was a very long time, so we cannot show the evidence because it was so gradual. It happened within a period of millions of years. So I cannot show you, but still you must accept this as a fact. So if it's a fact, why are you calling it a theory? Theory means a belief. Theory means it is theoretical, hypothetical. It is an assumption, but that is not science. So despite the fact that they have no evidence, every scientist, fool number one, he accepts, oh yes, you have come from a monkey, you are nothing but a monkey, and the aim of life is to simply live like a first-class polished animal. Two-legged an animal. They think this is the whole purpose of life, simply to satisfy our animalistic desires and then die like a dog. Just like whatever. Oh, I just die and that's it. No more sense gratification. The famous atheist, Charvaka Muni, he preached this doctrine also. He said, beg, borrow, steal, somehow or other get ghee. Because when you fry in ghee, if you cook in ghee, oh, the prasadam is very nice. So even he was an atheist, he knew the value of ghee. And he said, somehow or other you get this ghee. Doesn't matter, legal or illegal ways. Get the ghee and enjoy nice samosa, nice pakora, whatever. Nice eating. Because after you die, there is nothing. There is no... Suppose you steal something. Well, if you die and there is nothing, then you have no obligation to return anything. Now you steal and there are no consequences. From the logical point of view, that makes sense. I steal, I rape, I murder, I gratify my senses at the expense of others, and then I simply finish my existence. So that is a very, very good philosophy, very advantageous. But Charvaka Muni must have been very, very surprised when the Yamadutas came to take him to the hellish planets, and probably he took birth as an animal. I do not know. I don't know the exact details. But any atheist, he is a rascal. Atheist means darkness. Srila Prabhupada, he made this slogan on his Bhakti, Back to Godhead magazine logo. Godhead means science. The illusion means nescience. Whatever there is Godhead, there must be light, there must be science. And whatever there is Maya, there is only ignorance. Just like in the presence of the sun, all darkness is diminished. Similarly, in the presence of the bona fide spiritual master and in the presence of a bona fide shastra, all these misconceptions are diminished. From the Vedic scriptures, we get to know about the real evolution theory. The species are all there, the forms are all there from the very beginning. They don't change from one to the other. They're always there, just like apartments. You might have very sophisticated apartment, let's say in Buckingham Palace. Buckingham Palace you cannot compare to your tiny little apartment in the city. But it is an apartment, nevertheless. If you qualify yourself, you can live in a Buckingham Palace. But if you have no money, you have to take, maybe you have to live with some other people. So similarly, there's the high form of a human being that is always there, available for you. And those who are pious, they will get the opportunity to live in a human form of life. Even if he is not pious, by gradual evolution, by exchanging the various bodies of animals, finally he will reach the human form, and then he gets the opportunity to become Krishna conscious. But if he is sinful and if he misuses, then he is degraded into the lower species. You want to enjoy like an animal without any restriction? Krishna is very kind. You want to eat meat? Krishna is very kind. Go, take a body of a tiger, a lion. You don't have to cook the meat. You can eat raw. You just eat some zebra or some horse or whatever. You don't have to cook. You have to waste your time cooking. Nowadays people don't like to cook. They just go to McDonald's restaurant or Murder King. So that is animalism. If you don't cook, that means you're an animal. Although they make it appear that, oh, this is great comfort, but actually cooking is a great joy. Especially if you cook for Krishna. This is very nice. This is pleasurable. You cook and then you offer to Krishna. It is the expression of your love for the Lord. And then you take prasadam, then you distribute prasadam. It is very nice. But because people are enslaved in these jobs for sense gratification, they don't have time to cook. They don't have time to do anything enjoyable. Harinam Sankirtan, when we ask, would you like to come for Harinam? Oh, I'm busy. This is the only pleasure in life for the soul, to glorify the Lord by chanting. This is the most pleasurable for the soul, but people have no time for pleasure. Simply work hard, enjoy these 3 seconds, sex life, and work hard like an ass and get unnecessary necessities, expansions of Maya Devi. You have your material body, and then you expand that attachment. You get a nice house, you get a pool, you get a car, so many things. And then at the end of your life, you cannot take any of these things. So what's the use? This Krishna consciousness, when you come to the Bhagavatam class, when you assimilate some of this information, you will carry that into your future life. Rest assured. That is good investment of time and energy. And if you waste your time in these expansions of Maya, expansions of darkness, then it's a waste. You have wasted your time. Don't waste your time. Chanakya Pandit says that even 1 second cannot be compensated by billions of dollars. Mr. Elon Musk has 400 billion on his bank account, 400 billion. But because he's wasting time, he cannot purchase the time back. And ultimately he will be met with destruction, just like all of us. Birth, death, old age and disease, you cannot avoid. We think we can avoid. We don't think of this. Oh, what death? Don't think of negative things. Be happy, smile. Everything is fine. But death will come. Very unpleasant surprise. And then you have to reincarnate by force. Tata dehantara prapti. Take another body, my friend, according to your karma. Did you come to Bhagavatam class? No, I was busy. What did you do? I ate, I slept, I had sex, and I was fighting. Animal, go to the animal body, because that's what you want. You're not interested in elevating your consciousness. You want to remain in darkness or stay in darkness for thousands of years. You have to go through all this evolution of species, so many different species, 8,400,000 species you have to go through before you come to the human form again. So that's a long, long time. You should think about it. Is this really worth it? Suppose I force you to stand on one foot for 5 minutes, how difficult it is. But if you take a very low class form as a tree is a very low consciousness form, then you have to stand there for thousands of years. Sometimes there are some trees in India, these I think Tamal trees, that they have been there since Lord Krishna's appearance in this world. So that means 5,000-year-old trees. Do you want to be like that? So the human form of life is a life of responsibility. We have to be responsible, and we have to invest time very nicely in transcendental engagement. If you cannot hear the Srimad Bhagavatam, that's all right. It's not so easy. So you render some service to the devotees. By serving a great soul, one develops affinity, liking, for hearing the Srimad Bhagavatam. If you cannot do any service, then you give a little donation. Just like we have so many nice devotees who are giving donation. They cannot engage fully in the preaching work, but that's all right. They work in their respective jobs, and whatever result they get, they give to the temple. And their money we use very nicely in propagating Krishna consciousness. So they get the benefit. So we're distributing this knowledge, this sunlight of knowledge, transcendental knowledge. And here, specifically, it is mentioned that the sun is only one in the universe. The scientists, they say so much nonsense. There are so many suns. This is only one sun. They call it the, what is that? Sun? Sun galaxy? Sun galaxy. This is just one galaxy. Solar system. They think that this is only one solar system and there are so many solar systems. But the Bhagavatam says that only one sun. All the planets, they revolve around the stem that is coming from the navel of Garbhodakashayi Vishnu. And on the top of the stem is Lord Brahma, the lotus flower where Lord Brahma resides, Brahma Loka. So the sun and the moon, they're going around that stem. And they're going around the earth as well. It's not the other way around, that the earth is circling around the sun. This is another misconception. We take it blindly. Oh, scientists, they say, oh, it must be true. But the Bhagavatam is perfect. Scientists are not perfect by their own admission. They say, oh, science means always improving. As soon as you say, oh, this is a fixed fact, you'll be kicked out from the scientific community. You cannot have a fixed conclusion. You're not a scientist. You must always change, always flow. That's actually not a fact because we have some physical laws. There are some physical laws, chemical laws, medicine. You cannot, suppose you want to do a surgery on someone, and then you say, oh, well, Today I'm going to decide that the law is different and I don't need to do this, what is that? Not euthanasia. When they make him sleep, the patient. Anesthesia. I don't have to do anesthesia. Now I've decided that there's going to be a different law. So that patient will suffer tremendous pain. It is very specific. Nanotechnology. All these chips, cell phones and everything. There's nanotechnology. It is very precise. Suppose this phone breaks down. Can you fix it? It is so nano. Nano means very minuscule. You cannot fix it. So science means precise. Don't think that science is some kind of a belief. That is a bogus definition of science. That science definition is made by the demons. In the 16th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna explains. He says this is the nature of demons. They say that there is no truth. Everything is relative. Everything is subjective. Everything is a question of one's own opinion. Everything is illusion. Yeah, they are very expert in creating absolute truths and enjoying in this so-called false illusion. Rascals, all rascals, hypocrites. This evolution theory, if you're a big scientist and the science should change, then you change this immediately. Why are you sticking to this one evolution theory? Why are they sticking to this evolution theory? There's only one reason. Because as soon as you accept the evolution theory that we all came from chemicals, there is no need of God. We can kick God out. No more God. What's the use of God? As soon as you bring God, there's accountability. There is a standard. There's morality. There is a law. You cannot cheat. So that's why these atheists are so much fond of this evolution theory and mundane science, mundane astrology, all faulty. Nowadays people realize there's so many of these flat earthers. You have seen? It's growing. The movement is growing. So many people believe that the earth is flat. And these flat earthers also say that we never landed on the moon. So that we can confirm. A flat earth, I don't know if we can confirm. But I don't know. I don't wish to talk about this because I do not know. Even Srila Prabhupada says he doesn't know. But that they didn't land on the moon, that we know for sure. Because Prabhupada said so. And the Shastra says also, Srimad Bhagavatam, that the moon is further than the sun. Can you believe it? I can believe it, yes, because I have never been on the moon. And I have been cheated by the school, by the scientists so many times. The number one cheating is that life comes from matter. That is number one cheating. There is no such phenomenon in nature that an insentient object would give birth to something sentient conscious. You cannot show me. Show me evidence. I need evidence. Show me. But we see that life comes from life. Living parents have living babies. Living animals have living cubs. Now we see with our own eyes. Science. And yet they say, oh, this is just chemicals in your brain. Life comes from chemicals. Take those chemicals, you rascals, and make me alive again when I die. Do that. Oh, that we cannot do. So I kick on your face. If you cannot do that, I kick on your face. You're a rascal cheater. You should not say like that. You should say, I'm a believer, but don't say I'm a scientist. That is a great cheating. And it has consequences if you think, oh, Purujit, so what is the harm? So everybody has some opinion. What is the harm? We do not know. Nobody knows how life comes. There is tremendous harm because if this theory is propagated and people have no respect for life, no respect for life. If I can create life simply by manipulating some chemicals, then you have no respect for life. Just like newspaper is lying on the floor. In the morning, everybody is reading newspaper. In the evening, it's all on the floor in the trash cans. The newspaper I can make very easily. I just write something, then I put it in a printer. It's printed. I can throw it out. The next day, I can make new. So if you think life is like that, then you have no respect for life, and that is why there is killing. That is why there are wars. That is why there are crimes. That is why the animals are being butchered. See, so we're coming, Srila Prabhupada is hitting the roots of all evil. This demonic philosophy that life comes from matter is the root of all evil. And this Krishna consciousness movement is here to uproot that root of all evil. Not violently, but by patient explanation, patient explaining, patient and careful distribution of Krishna conscious knowledge. That is why our devotees, they go out every day into the streets to distribute these wonderful books Srila Prabhupada has written. And now we're expanding also based on his teachings. We're printing new books also. So please kindly help us. This is very serious movement. The only movement that can save this society of demons. This is the society of demons. That's a fact. Okay, so I'll stop here. Are there any questions? And you can ask, and I will try to answer according to my limited capacity.
I have a question about the scientists.
Yes?
So the scientists, they're saying that their version of the universe is much, much bigger than if you compare to the Vedic version. And they say it has so many billions of light years across and apart. And
Yeah. So where's the proof?
well, they say they have the telescope and they measure the distance from the Earth to the stars. And
How do you look through the telescope?
with your eyes.
Through your eyes. Your eyes is imperfect. You cannot even see your eyelid. So what is the use of your telescope?
Yeah, but you can measure the speed of the light.
How you measure? With your eyes. So again, your eyes are imperfect. You can have a perfect tool, but if your eye is imperfect, what's the use of that? If you're blind, what is the use of your telescope? You're blind. You have imperfect eyes.
Right.
Very simple. Very easily we can defeat them.
But what about when they say that they're observing the universe?
You're observing the universe. How? You tiny little ant.
Yeah, they're like
You're so tiny. Tiny little rascal. And you claim to observe the universe. You must be joking.
They say they are seeing the stars go further apart, so that's why it's like.
They have seen, I have not seen. I want to see also. I simply have to believe you. You say any damn nonsense, Raskodom, and I have to believe you. If it is like that, it's simply blindly believing, we have to blindly believe you, then why not blindly believe the Shastra Bhagavatam? That has been here for 5,000 years. You are here, the modern science, maybe 200, 300 years. There's nothing. The Bhagavatam was written 5,000 years ago. Upstart, number one. Why should we accept you, Mr. Scholar, Mr. Scientist, blindly? What is the difference? I cannot see. I cannot see the universe. So I have a choice. I either believe the Bhagavatam or I believe the scientists. But the scientists themselves, they say, we're not perfect and we're subject to mistake. The Bhagavatam doesn't say. Bhagavatam is perfect, aparushyam, because it is given by God, Krishna. It's perfect. Any other question?
Okay, there are some questions here. Some person is wondering, the Bhagavatam has been here for 5,000 years. By whom?
What do you mean, by whom?
Well, there's many challenges. They got triggered.
Well, you can be triggered, but you should ask some question that makes sense.
One person is asking, so Hare Krishna followers deny science and objective reality?
No. You are denying objective reality, because I can see the living parents of a living baby. Is there a dead person who begets a living child? Dead corpses having sex life and then a child comes? So where is this idea coming from? That life comes from matter. Show me. You're denying objective reality. Next.
Alison has a question. It's kind of hard to see in the flood of comments. You can rewrite your questions, Alison. One person saying, but you also have not seen Krishna, and also you believe it, just like the scientists.
Yes. I have not seen, but I'm taking the information from someone who has seen. Tadvidi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya uparikshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshina. Tattvadarshina. You must approach a guru, a spiritual master, who has seen the truth. You must approach one who has seen. That is the process. That is the parampara. Otherwise, we remain eternally in darkness. There must be a way how to understand Krishna. And how do we understand? Through hearing from that personality. Through hearing. This is Shruti. This Srimad Bhagavatam is understood by hearing, not by seeing. What you can, even Krishna comes here personally, what you can see. Your eyes are imperfect. Your eyes are always looking for a naked woman. What you can, with these contaminated eyes, what you can see Krishna. Even when Krishna was here, only the Pandavas understood that he was the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Premanjana charita bhakti velochanena. You must purify your eyes with the salve of love. Srimad Brahma Samhita recommends. First of all, you become a devotee. Purify your senses. Ata Shri Krishna Nama Hari Namavadgrayam Indriya. Then you can see. So long you're contaminated, always looking for sense gratification, you cannot understand anything about Krishna, nor transcendental science, nothing. So that is what you have to do. You have to surrender. Just like in scientific field also. If you want to study some science, you have to go to a professor. How do you learn scientific knowledge? Self-manifested from within? No. You go and approach or you hear from a professor. The same process. The difference is that the scientists are imperfect. Why should I accept some imperfect personality?
They're wondering, how do you know that the gurus have seen the truth? And what truth?
Now, how do you know that he has not seen? You asking, how do I know that he has seen? I ask, how do you know that he has not seen? I challenge you, how do you know that he has not seen? First of all, are you interested in seeing God? You're interested in the subject matter of God. If you're not interested, then what is the use of arguing whether he has seen or not seen? You must be, first of all, you must be jigyasu. Atato Brahma jigyasa. That is the first qualification.
They're saying God cannot be seen.
God cannot be seen by fools like you. Yes, if you are blind, you cannot see. God cannot be seen. Just see, what a dogmatic statement. You have studied all the men in the world. You and your family and your close friends, you're all fools, rascals. That doesn't mean that now all people in the world, they cannot see God. They cannot understand God. Don't be dogmatic. You're dogmatic. This fanaticism, this is not good. Even by logic, you see that this material manifestation is created by a person, by a conscious being. You see the arrangement. The animals have their particular foodstuff. Humans, they have their particular foodstuff. There is sun, there is moon, there is light, there is darkness, there is sea. Everything works very harmoniously. Do you mean to say that this came about by accident? Such foolish theory. So you understand there is personality, consciousness. Now who is that personality? Then you come to the Shastra. That will give you information, detail.
This person is saying that, but can you see your brain? Because you cannot see your brain, but you can use it. Similarly, you cannot see God, but you can feel it and see the perfection in His creation.
Yes.
Okay. Neil Whittaker is spamming his question.
Yes.
If the world is demons and you turn them into saints, why do I need to read and worship my true nature?
What is your true nature? Do you know what is your true nature? You don't even know. Actually, this is not so that the whole world is demons. No, everyone is part and parcel of Krishna. Everyone is divine within, but he's covered by ignorance. So our duty is to simply give knowledge, not that we force someone. You cannot force knowledge. This person who said, oh, nobody can see God, he's forcing this dogmatic statement. You cannot do this with Krishna consciousness. Krishna consciousness is already there. Because Krishna means the reservoir of all pleasure. So everybody wants pleasure in this world. But he cannot get it because the pleasure is temporary. Now if you come to Krishna, if you chant Hare Krishna, immediately you feel pleasure that is eternal. Simply chant this Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, and you will see it is self-manifested.
Okay. On Facebook.
Okay, last three questions.
Srila Prabhupada Jagadguru has a question, nice question on Facebook. Does a person accept Krishna consciousness based on his karma?
No. Krishna consciousness does not depend on karma. It is simply your decision. If you want to be Krishna conscious, you can be Krishna conscious under any circumstances. You can have big karma, bad karma, good karma. There are many people with good karma, very pious, but they cannot surrender. They become so attached to their material assets, material circumstances. They're unable to surrender to Krishna. And there are many sinful persons, rascals like myself, for example, and they taking up Krishna consciousness. So it has nothing to do with karma. Next.
this Elson Mayawadi wants me to read you Bhagavad Gita 13:30, and he wants your opinion, but I refuse because
It's not related to the topic, sorry.
Yeah.
Next.
This is a nice question by Toktik. How do you distinguish a true guru from a liar or cheater?
The true guru always repeats what Krishna says. If Krishna says, surrender to me, the real guru will say, surrender to Krishna. He will not say, surrender to me. He will say, surrender to Krishna. That is a real guru. So then you have to study. You have to know what Krishna says. So you can compare. If you don't study, then of course you can be cheated very easily.
And last question by Jugal Krishna Das on Facebook. Who is fixed in the absolute truth?
Who is fixed?
In the absolute truth.
A devotee. A real devotee is fixed automatically. Te samsatatam yuktanam bhajatam pritipurvakam buddhi yogam radhamitam yena mamupayanti te. He gives him the intelligence. Krishna gives him the intelligence. How to be fixed and how to come back to Godhead. That is the advantage of a devotee. Devotee doesn't have to be a big scholar. Simply by his devotional service, sincere execution of service, Krishna supplies all required intelligence. All right, thank you so much. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam.